Breakthrough in one of the most mysterious mass shootings in American history. After 6 days of no leads, investigators believe they've identified the Brown shooter,
Yes, here in the storage facility.
and they now have a warrant out for his arrest. The shooter's still at large. He's armed and dangerous. Police just found the suspect's car in Salem, New Hampshire. They've set up a perimeter outside of the warehouse where his car was parked, and they just entered the building. The car's a Nissan Sentra that he had rented. Police were flagged when his car tripped an alert crossing state lines into New Hampshire.
You can understand there is a Nissan Sentra with the same number plate they have rented.
We're also told he swapped plates on the vehicle. Sources on the ground tell us he could be barricaded inside, alive, dead, we don't know. Or he could have flown the coop. North of Salem is dark New England forest for miles. Salem's just 45
They are all around police right here, you can understand.
minutes driving north of Brookline, where police believe he shot and killed an MIT professor on Monday.
Yes, he also killed the MIT professor, the same Brown University killer.
Investigators are looking for a possible connection between the shooting at Brown and MIT. More on that later. So why is this coming together so slowly? Well, this morning we found out what the hard evidence was that police discovered at the scene of the crime.
They have live rounds. That is, rounds that were not fired, undetonated rounds.
Police found DNA on gun casings, you can understand.
The perpetrator has to fat finger those rounds, bullets, into a magazine, which is the sleeve that holds them. Live rounds at the scene, I think, is a hopeful sign for getting usable DNA, even if he's not in the database. Remember, they can use that familial DNA technique that we saw in the Koberger case. It gets to a cousin or something, you work back from there.
All right, this is the main thing.
Providence PD confirmed the live rounds with traces of DNA. They ran the forensics, and police think they have a suspect. The question is, how did it take 6 days to run DNA off a shell casing at the crime scene? That should have been done in the first 24 hours.
Yes, this is the main thing.
We also finally got a look inside of the room where the shooting happened. The classroom has no windows, and one side
Yes,
of the
this is the classroom where shooting really happened. There is no windows, you can see. There is no windows.
room is a brick wall. There's a door where the shooter may have come in from, or perhaps there's another door we just don't know. And we still don't know how many students were in the room. Eyewitnesses and reports say anywhere between 20 and 60.
20 to 60 students right there.
Police still haven't interviewed all of them or even know who they are. Yesterday, the police were zeroing in on the second person, remember, who was in the proximity to the suspect. Well, new surveillance shows the gunman may have walked right by the guy.
I have made the video on that zeroing thing. If you can watch that on my channel right there.
This is where the primary person of interest, the believed to be gunman, is walking, turning the corner on Cook. At that moment, the second person they're now looking for is walking down this sidewalk. Also, you then see the gunman bolt, run around this corner.
This is the video this reporter is talking about, and this is the main suspect. And John, the homeless man, also the same person who read in the Brown University a few years back.
In the surveillance video, and he hides behind those trees here against the fence. You lose him a little bit, but then you get him again, and you see him run again. And the reason why he runs again is because that second person that they're looking for makes it to this corner. So when that person makes it to this corner, the suspected gunman bolts down Benevolent Street.
See,
Police
he's
have now
running.
identified the second
Yes, second person is identified as a John.
person. They've interviewed him, and it's ridiculous. We'll tell you all about it in a minute. Well, here's what we know. The last known whereabouts of the shooter was around 4:15 Saturday afternoon. He was seen walking by a Brown University campus police car, which they don't have dash cams in. And then he dropped from the face of the earth. Where'd he go? Well, today, investigators feel like they're hot on his trail. Police believe that the Brown shooter may have also been involved in the shooting of Nuno Loureiro, the MIT
Yes, the MIT professor right there who found just dead in his home.
nuclear scientist who was murdered in the hallway of his condo late Monday night in Massachusetts. His wife found him dead in the hall and called 911. Earlier this
Yes,
week,
his wife found it. You can understand how this is.
the Providence police chief told us this had no MIT connection.
An MIT professor got released from gunshot wounds. Does that indicate
Does the incident have any potential connection to this investigation, MIT one? He said no.
potential connection to this investigation?
No.
Investigators seem
He
to
said, I don't know. There's no.
have changed their tune in the past 24 hours. Now, Brookline, Massachusetts is about a 90-minute drive straight up 95
Yes, 90-minute drives.
north from Providence. So why drive an hour and a half to kill a random professor after spraying a bunch of kids at a Brown lecture hall? Both shootings now seem kind of personal. We know
Yes, this is both personal. They read in the same college in Portugal 30 years back.
MIT professor was studying cutting-edge technology. Listen,
I'm Nuno Loureiro. I'm a professor at MIT. I'm an appointment in nuclear science and engineering. I have a joint appointment in the physics department. I'm also director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center.
Plasma Science and Fusion Center, he's the director as well. He's the so much person that person wanted to be.
Which is an umbrella research center at MIT for all the plasma and fusion-related activities that we do on campus.
the professor was at the forefront of fusion research. Research so groundbreaking, the Biden administration gave the professor an award. Fusion is a form of energy that could transform how the world economy runs. It's a big part of the Trump agenda. So does this line of work have anything to do with the murder? We don't know. We know it wasn't
Yes, that can be, but we don't really know what is it.
random. The professor is Portuguese. He wasn't born in the United States. He came into the United States 9 years ago. Initial reports speculated that the professor was Jewish, but we haven't seen any evidence telling us that's true. Did the shooter know the professor? And what was the connection to Brown? Was the shooter a student, a former student? The professor was involved in engineering. The Brown building was an engineering building.
Yes, this is all true. That question the reporter is asking to us.
There's a lot we still don't know. But if Brown had a better security posture, cameras, guards, police may have apprehended the shooter before he made it up to kill the professor. Police suffered a major setback when they arrested the wrong guy Saturday night. They lost valuable time, and then they got
Yes, this is true.
DNA off the shell casing late. Would this have prevented the murder of the MIT professor? Maybe. And we're waiting for a press conference
Asset to us.
to give us an answer. Providence officials initially scheduled a press conference today for 4 o'clock, but they pushed it back, and then it's gone dark. The longer this goes on, the scarier it gets.
It's disconcerting to think that the potential murderer was right here. Just this morning, there was like a car that was just kind of idling on the street for half an hour with a guy inside, and and it was kind of like we were thinking,
Yes, this man, understand, he got just arrested for the same person looking like.
like would maybe that would be weird anytime, but it was like more unsettling now than it would have been.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox.
Yes, what are your thoughts into this? I don't know.